my name is Kylie Phillips and I'm the Community Education Associate at Ballet Austin. I'm also a certified yoga instructor and I'm here today to provide you with just a short yoga flow for your kiddos or for you guys to do together as a family. Today's yoga flow is inspired by springtime. Since we're all in that season right now together, I thought we would do some poses that are inspired by spring today. So let's actually start standing. So just find a space in your house, or if you feel like doing this outside and it's a beautiful day outside, I encourage you to go outside since we're being inspired by outdoor things today. So we'll come to standing. You'll take your feet just hip-width distance apart in parallel. You want to feel your feet pressing down into your carpet or your yoga mat if you're outside. Really feel those feet grounding into the dirt or into the grass in your backyard. Let's close our eyes, just let those arms relax. Wiggle those arms, let them relax down to the side. We'll take a couple of deep breaths together. Closing the eyes, you'll take a big inhale through the nose, and then exhale, let that air go out the mouth. Again, take a big inhale, breathing in. Exhale, one more, don't be afraid to make noise. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, let that air go. So we'll start our spring yoga today with a sun salutation. In yoga, we often do a sun salutation to really wake up our bodies and to get nice and warm. Sun salutations have a breathing component, as we do in all yoga with them. We're gonna slow it down a little bit today. We'll take it step by step so that you can get the poses included in a sun salutation, but I highly encourage you to try doing this as a series, maybe a couple times a week, maybe every once in a while, when you wake up in the morning. It's a good way to say good morning to the sun and good morning to the day. Also a really great option for a quick stretch break. If you're busy doing homework on the computer or working from home, a sun salutation can be great to just kind of take out some of those sticky parts in your body and really wake you up for the rest of your day. So we'll start in mountain pose. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see the postures as we go through them. Your feet are hip width and parallel. As I mentioned before, you want your feet pressing into the ground, so you want to feel all the points of the foot pressing down firmly. Take your hands by your side, your palms reach forward. Standing tall like a warrior, or like a mountain, strong like a mountain. From here, take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. This is your good morning to the sun. So say hello to the sun here. Hello, sun, and you can even take a little arch of that spine back. From here, exhale, you're diving forward, so you're reaching your nose all the way to the ground. Here you can say hello, ground, or hello, toes. Good, take a big inhale, you're reaching halfway up, coming to a tabletop position. So you want a nice flat back. And then exhale, reach back down toward the ground. From here, take a little bend in your knees. Step one of your legs back into a lunge. So you want to keep the knee right over the ankle anytime that you're in this lunge position. You'll hold really strong with those hands pressing down and match your other leg behind you so that you're in a high plank position. From here, you have the option to bend your knees and lower down or to keep your knees up. You'll lower those arms, using the arm strength, tapping your nose down to smell the earth. Good, and then untuck your toes and press your hands down, coming either to a little half cobra, baby snake, a full cobra snake. So reaching those noses up to the sky, maybe making a hissing sound, or upward dog, where you lift your legs up off the ground. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees to press back. You'll tuck your toes and come into your downward dog shape. So your hands press down, those hips press up, those heels press down. Take a couple deep breaths here, big inhale, and then exhale. Two more like that, big breath in, and exhale. One more. From here, step your opposite leg forward. So the one that didn't step back comes forward. You're back in that lunge shape. And then you'll step forward saying goodbye to the ground here, or goodbye toes. And then reverse your dive, reaching those arms back up to the sky, saying hello to the sun one more time. And then bring your hands down to the heart center here, pressing those palms together. From here, we'll come into our tree pose. So another pose inspired by spring is the growth of all the trees around us. So take your hands to your hips. You'll open one of your legs out slightly to make a triangle-like shape. Your foot can stay on the ground as you balance, or you can bring your foot to the lower part of your leg, or all the way up if you want an added challenge to the inside of that thigh. You want to make sure to avoid the knee, and then you have options for your hands. So think of your branches, your arms as your branches. Imagining what happens in the springtime. So your branches are usually growing. The leaves of the trees are getting bigger and greener during the spring. Maybe it's windy on your spring day, so your tree branches could sway from side to side as they're growing. Reaching nice and long, good. And then we'll transition to a bird-inspired pose. So you'll bring your knee in, trying to hold your balance here, shooting the leg behind you. So this is actually a warrior 3 in yoga, or Virabhadrasana 3. You have the option to reach your wings long to the side, maybe flying, feeling the wind underneath those wings. You can flap your wings. Maybe you're flying really fast, or maybe you're just soaring nice and slow. Very good. Nice bird shapes. Come on back to the middle. Take a big breath. Shake it out, let it go. Let's repeat that sun salutation for the opposite side. So once again, standing in your mountain nice and strong. Take a big inhale as you reach up, saying, hello, sun. Exhale, dive forward toward the ground, saying, hello, ground, or hello, toes. Inhale, reaching your back up to that tabletop position, and then exhale, reach back down for the ground. From here, step one leg back, and then step your other leg back into your high plank. You can bend your knees or keep those knees up as you lower down into chaturanga, and then come into your half cobra, full cobra, or maybe your upward dog shape. On your next exhale, press those hands down, tuck your toes under, and come into your downward dog shape. Holding here in your downward dog, breathing. Maybe you have a dog at home. You can imagine that dog stretch in the morning. Very good, everybody. And then step your opposite leg forward back to your lunge. And come back to face the ground, saying goodbye, ground. And reverse your dive, reaching for the sky. One more time, as high as you can. And then bring those hands back down to the center of the heart. Let's create our tree on the other side. So bring your hands to your hips. You'll open the leg out to the side, doing the same thing you did on the other side. So either leaving the toe down, bringing it to the lower leg, or you have the option to grab that ankle and bring the foot to the inside of the leg. You want the foot pressing into the leg and your leg also pressing into your foot. Holding here in your tree, maybe growing your branches like we did on the other side. You have the option to sway in the wind. Maybe it's raining outside today, so maybe you're stuck in a rainstorm. What does that look like for your tree? Good, everybody. And then let's fly like a bird. So holding your balance, turning that leg in, reaching those arms behind you as you go for that flying sensation. Maybe reaching your arms to the side. And as you fly and soar here, imagine what you see below you. What do you see in the springtime? Maybe flowers growing. Maybe you see rain helping the flowers grow. Good, everybody. See animals. And then come back into the middle. Very good. Another thing that happens in the springtime is gardening. We often plant flowers or plants. Maybe some of you have a garden at home. So let's become gardeners ourselves. We'll take our feet wider than hips. Your toes are slightly turned out. Take your hands in and press those hands in at the center of your heart. We'll take a big yogi squat or malasana. So you're gonna bend the knees, sinking all the way down. You're letting those hips really get a big stretch here. Your hips and your knees. Your feet try to stay flat. Holding, pressing those elbows back against the knees so that you can see where you want to plant your plants. From here, you can pick your seeds and plant your garden if you'd like, reaching out in front of you, getting a little stretch of those arms. Thinking about what you're planting today. So maybe your favorite flower. So for me, I'd be planting a daisy. That's my favorite flower. Or maybe you're planting a vegetable garden. What's your favorite vegetable to eat? Maybe you plant tomatoes, or you plant zucchini, or maybe you like kale. Maybe you're planting kale in your garden. Good, imagining the planting happening. And then pressing those hands back together, let's press our feet down firmly as we stand back up out of our gardener pose. Nice job, everybody. Another animal that I think of in the springtime is a caterpillar. So let's come down to laying down now. You're gonna take your nose all the way down to the ground if you're on the grass or on your carpet at home. Your nose is down to the ground, your legs are untucked and parallel. Your hands are behind you, palms facing up. In yoga, this is actually a locust pose. We're making it into a caterpillar shape here. So you're gonna take your nose up to the sky, bringing your heart forward. Your hands reach long behind you, and then you also lift your legs up off the ground. So making that long caterpillar shape, holding here, take a couple deep breaths. One more caterpillar breath in, and out. Gently release. Take your hands down and press to child's pose. So you'll press your hips back. Your knees come apart, toes together, holding here. Now, as you're holding in your child's pose, imagine the transformation that's taking place from a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, happening this spring. We'll slowly transition into our butterfly shape. So you're seated in a yoga cobbler's pose. You'll take your feet together, your knees apart. Pressing your feet in firmly, you'll hold on to the feet and then lift your heart up. So you're lifting nice and tall. You want to think of the top of your head reaching all the way up to the sun that we said hello to earlier. Maybe your butterfly starts to gently flap its wings. Good. This is a Baddha Konasana in yoga, or in the Sanskrit language that we speak in yoga. Maybe you're imagining what color the wings of your butterfly shape. Maybe the color of the wings. Good, and then hold here. Let's stop our flapping of the butterfly wings. And let's just reach forward over our legs. Long reach of that butterfly body forward. And then just round your nose down to your toes and hold here, feeling a stretch down your spine. One more big breath. Good, maybe later if you're feeling up for an art project, you could draw the butterfly that you were imagining in your yoga today. Good, and we're going to laying down, so just find a way to lay all the way flat on your back. Your legs can turn out slightly and open to the side, palms face the sky. So here, everybody close your eyes, and you're imagining that you're laying outside. Maybe you go in the backyard and lay outside in your backyard right now, instead of going to the park. Here, as you're breathing in and out, imagine the things in springtime that you see, that you hear, maybe the things that you would smell when you're out for a walk with your family. I know I imagine seeing a lot of green, a lot of color and flowers. I can hear birds chirping. Feeling the wind blowing across my skin. Keep going with that. Keep breathing. Keep imagining what you see, what you hear, what you smell. 2 more deep breaths on your own time here. And then maybe start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle your toes, or give those legs a little shake, like a little earthquake shake. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for the spring-inspired yoga flow today. I hope you enjoyed enjoyed it. I hope your body feels good and awake. From all of us at Ballet Austin, be well.